attributes of integrity, right? So you had dependability, loyalty, honesty, good judgment, and respect, right? So if you lack, so we're going to go into lacking integrity. So if you, the number one is you feel that you are more valuable in your marriage. You do not allow your Lord to guide you. You can't take his correction, and you don't see the wrong in your actions, and you don't take accountability. So take it, give yourself a -1. We're going to be like, like, can we get any lower? Because we're speaking about above average and below average, right? Number 2, defensiveness. Oh, this is a big one. A big one. Okay. This person will offer a million attacks and excuses when called out for fear of having their web of deceptions revealed. Right. So I'm gonna go ahead and I'm not gonna read the scriptures. Yeah, let me just get Proverbs 12 and 15. Sis, just read Proverbs 12 and 15. So this person is very defensive. So you lack integrity if you're defensive. If your Lord corrects you and you ready to say a rebuttal, you're not even listening to the correction that he's giving you because you can't wait to open your mouth and say something. All right, yes, let's read Proverbs 12 and 15, please.
I'll praise
I'll go ahead and read it. Oh, okay, I'll praise this.
Okay. Is it Proverbs 12, 27 and 16, sis? Or 12
I'm just gonna read just read 12 and 15.
I'll praise. The way of a fool is right in his own eyes, but he that hearkeneth to counsel is wise.
All praises. When you have that defensive mindset, you're being foolish, right? And you can't see it because you're not allowing your Lord to be that hedge to guide you, right? So you need to take a step back and hearken to the counsel that he's giving you and correct it. Don't be defensive. Even if you feel like, oh, he's just picking on me. That's a big one. When sisters, call for counsel, well, I just feel like he's just on me and I haven't done anything. Meanwhile, you don't act a whole fool at the house. So check your spirit. Number 3, language and behavior inconsistency. They may change their story frequently to make it seem more credible. Behavior can shift according to the situation, and they will say one thing but do another. Subsequently, they don't appear authentic. Now, that's a heavy one. That's when we speak on that representative, right? You have that representative showing, and then when that correction come or when those trials come, hey, I can't do this. You want to change your story. You want to be a liar, right? You're not credible. Your Lord can't depend on you for anything. So you really got to check that spirit. Number 4 is the inability to apologize or accept accountability. Someone without integrity is perfectly happy to let others take the fall for their mistakes or even deliberately point fingers at others. Because they tend to be egotistical, they aren't very sensitive to how they negatively influence others and won't say sorry and won't say that they're sorry for problems they have created. Compassion does not come naturally. Sis, read Isaiah 58 and verse 9, please.
Isaiah 58 and 9. Then shalt thou call, and the Lord shall answer. Thou shalt cry, and he shall say, Here I am. If thou take away from the midst of thee the yoke, the putting forth of the finger, and speak in vanity.
All praise. So we got to put forth, we got to stop pointing that finger. We got to put it away, and I've seen it, in the congregation, what that can look like when it comes to lacking integrity. You have to get corrected on something. Leadership has to correct and, whatever action you did or whatever happened, could have been in the midst of dealing with sisters or not doing something that you were supposed to do or asked of, and they go to your Lord and he has to come down and give you correction, and you don't want to take it, and you throw this pity party, and then, now he's going back to leadership and saying, you're not, it is a narcissist, all praises. So, now you're trying to, get him to feel sorry for you, and you're manipulating, and you don't want to apologize for it. You're like, no, it is what it is. It wasn't me. It was that sister. If they would have done this, then I wouldn't have had to do this. Right. And you making him go back to leadership and be like, well, my wife doesn't feel like, no, take it. Take the correction. Have that ability to apologize, because in Matthew 6, it says, if we don't forgive men their trespasses, the Most High is not going to forgive us. Right. So you got to have that spirit to forgive. So build up your integrity, especially when it comes to forgiveness, because we all have done something in which we had to, apply, either apologizing or, forgiving others. So it's very important that we do that. And number 5 is lack of being reliable. So it says loyalties and what's important can change on a whim. Subsequently, they fail to consistently meet commitments and make people question whether they'll follow through. And I thought about this as from the standpoint of us following our Lords in this truth, right? And, we've seen, sisters that have endured, losing their Lords in this truth, right? And they're still here. All praises to the Most High. When it comes to integrity, does your Lord trust and believe that if something, happens to him, with him going out and teaching his word, or, whatever, are you going to be able to endure in this truth, keep the kids here, build them up because you know that this is the truth? Or are you going to leave? That's showing a lack of integrity, through the illnesses, through the demotion, of your Lord's house. Something could happen and you ready to go. You ready to leave. You just, you don't want to do it, right? Because you're not serving the Most High and being sincere and in truth, right? So you really got to ask yourself, if something happened, am I going to endure? Am I building myself up? Am I building my kids up that if something happened to my Lord, that I'm going to stay? Right? Because I believe that this is the truth. I see the amazing work that the Most High is putting, on our prophets, and they're going out and they're teaching the word, and they're here and they're there. You really, really, really got to examine your spirit.
Oh, but first behold in your